Hello everybody, my name is Noah Particular and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be going over the Mystery Ranch 2-day assault pack. So let's get into it. Now, right off the bat, before we go any further, the reason I haven't been doing a whole lot of airsoft videos is because I've spent most of my time traveling and just purchasing an EDC kit and trying it out while I'm taking weekend trips or week-long trips around Europe is what I've been doing with most of my time. That's why the videos have started to shift over to EDC gear. I'll probably get back to airsoft soon, but again, I'm moving, so it's EDC gear for now. Plus, it's something I'm generally interested in. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so this is going to be the first top-down video that I know of, or at least that we've done in a while. So this is the Mystery Ranch 2-day assault pack. I have it in black, and as you can tell, it is a Molly bag. Now, the thing with Molly, especially whenever in Europe, a lot of people consider that a red flag. But with what I've noticed in Europe is that most people just kind of mind their business and just don't really pay attention to you unless you give them a reason to, or if they're a pickpocket and want your stuff, which this bag includes ways to deter pickpockets, and we'll get into that later. So we're going to start with the outside, and then we're going to work our way to the top, and then we're going to work our way inside, and then we're going to close with final thoughts. So right off the bat, this does have Molly. It does 5 rows of Molly on the front, and then 3 rows of Molly on the side. They're standard Molly. As you can tell from the top, which I'll get to later, it does come with a 2x3 Velcro panel, but if you saw in the intro, I do really like patches, so I added 2 Molly panel space 4 patches, and I just have a Foxhole Airsoft Team patch and a KWA patch, and I just kind of threw it on. I'll change them up as I travel. Nothing super tactical, but just something cool looking. And as you can see, with it being a Mystery Ranch, they are known for their one thing I think makes Mystery Ranches the most unique out of every other bag maker on the market, and that is this tri-zip design. So it has these 2 zippers at top, so they can be almost like a top-down bag, and we'll get to the interior later. And then also, which I use this for whenever I'm in a vehicle, they have a vertical pocket or a vertical zipper so you can get in the inside like a duffel bag. I primarily use that whenever this is sitting on a vehicle seat and I can just get inside, so that's why I'll do that. And it also helps with packing. So this is both my work bag and my travel bag. I've done at most a week and a half in this, of course traveling very minimally. I normally do trips that are around 3 to 4 days, and this fits everything. This is fitted for both warm weather. This is fitted for both cold weather as well. Whenever I first, the maiden voyage of this bag, I took a little over a week, and I spent 4 days in Portugal and then 4 days in Dublin, started from Italy, and just shifting from the temperature change of Portugal, where it's natural like summer temperatures of like 80s, 90s in June, to Dublin, where it was 50 degrees in June and it was cold and rainy. Being able to have enough space for that shift in climate was very helpful. Now, speaking of space, right off the bat, I'm going off of the Mystery Ranch website specs. I believe Pack Hacker quoted this thing at about 29.3 liters. I think they're including these water bottle pockets, but Mystery Ranch quotes this thing at 27 liters or 1,650 cubic inches. We'll just go with 27 liters. And for $229 on the Mystery Ranch websites, you can probably find it cheaper than other places, or maybe buy it secondhand. But that's what it's going for on the Mystery Ranch website, as well as Amazon, where I bought this from. The weight is 3 pounds or 1.4 kilograms, and the dimensions are 21 inches tall, 12 inches wide, and then 11 and a quarter inches when fully packed out. And with this bag being almost cylindrical, it can certainly get pretty thick off your back, which I'm not really a big fan of. And that kind of brings me to these compression straps. I really like these compression straps because the top compression strap actually works its way all around the bag, and the bottom compression straps are being used with the water bottle pockets and kind of keep everything still compressed, which is, I'm a big fan because I don't like it whenever the compression straps don't really do anything, and it just makes everything super bulky and misshapen. Now, speaking of the water bottle pockets, there are water bottle pockets. I wouldn't use them for water bottles simply for the fact that they are super shallow and they're pretty wide. They would probably fit an Nalgene very well. Where did that come from? Get out of here. I use them for a first aid kit. I just kind of travel with a first aid kit. Nothing much on the inside, just because just from personal experience, and I'd just rather have and not need. I carry a tourniquet, quick clot, and just a boo-boo kit in it. And that's, of course, I travel around Europe and everything. I haven't needed it. I've been at times where I've been kind of sketched out, but I'd rather have it not need than need not have. On the other side, I carry a packable day pack to kind of help with the stays in the hostel or the hotel, and this is what I'll use with my alpaca sling bag that I reviewed in the most previous video, so go check that out. And if I don't want to carry my sling bag, then I have this and other stuff that I want to carry. And then with being in Europe and everything, naturally people are talking about pickpockets. And then I have a rain fly in here. The fabric that this is made of is already water resistant, but I just have a rain fly just in case. And then also it just is a cover just to go completely over the bag so there's no access zippers or anything, so no one can mess with my bag while I'm wearing it. The big thing that I chose this bag over the 3-day assault pack or the, can't remember, they make a 30-liter version of a bag similar to this, is I like the interior frame. I say frame, they call it a adjustable yoke, and you can tell by the size and increments here. They come in two sizes, small slash medium and large slash extra large. This is the small slash medium because I have long legs and a shorter torso, and I have it adjusted for me. And another thing you can tell from this bag is just how much padding there is. A lot of people complain about there being too much padding and no airflow. I have not noticed that. I will sweat regardless. But with the super padded straps, I can see how some people might find that annoying with no real way for air to escape. I haven't really noticed or really have bothered to complain enough about it. Now, this thing is probably one of the coolest things that I enjoy about this bag is it has a laptop zipper. So the bag itself can take a 15-inch laptop. I actually have a 16-inch, slightly thicker gaming laptop, and it fits in here just fine. I wouldn't take it in and out of this zipper because it's not really, it becomes a bit of a hassle whenever you're taking it in and out of this zipper. But if you do have a 15-inch or smaller laptop, this will fit it perfectly, and that's quick access to the inside. The padded straps will fit perfectly over a plate carrier or chest rig, so if you do want to use it for any recce or airsoft kind of milsim stuff, you can. I haven't had an issue with it. I've worn it with a plate carrier and chest rigs and haven't really had an issue with it. Now, it does have straps for a waist belt. The waist belt is removable. It is just simply nylon webbing like you find on the straps, but it's just a little bit thicker. I have it removed. I don't really do anything to use a waist belt, so I just kind of took that off. Now, that brings us to the top of the bag. The top of the bag is, well, it's the top of the bag. It's what you can pull up on to access the inside from the two horizontal zippers. And it's not much, as you can see. It has the Mystery Ranch logo, which is the only place that I've found on this thing. And you can tell it's been well worn. I've had this bag for a little over a year. And it has these two pockets. So the first top pocket, I keep a couple different things. I keep a red light on me for whenever I'm in a hostel. It's a red light, so it's a lot easier to navigate in a dark room. Little pocket Bible that I have carrying around, chapstick, and then a little white light. I just like having some multiple sources of light on me. And this one pocket is a little bit more interesting. This is a much bigger pocket. It has a mesh bottom that goes directly into the main pack. And this I pretty much use as my dump pocket if I want to take out my wallet, take out my keys and on my sling bag. Everything goes in here. I keep sunglasses in here. I keep my reading glasses in here whenever I take it to work. My blue light glasses. And the top of the bag is relatively simple. It is a super deep pocket. It runs the entire length and the entire width of this pocket. There's nothing stopping it. This top pocket ends at the seam, but this bottom pocket ends at the actual zippers, and it goes the entire length of the zipper, so you can fit a lot of stuff in here if you need to. I wouldn't use this as a dop kit specifically, but you could if you wanted to. I wouldn't just simply with the mesh bottoms. Now, while we're going through the special things about the bag, I think it's probably important to cut to why I like this so much as opposed to other bags on the market and why I've kept this thing for so long. So I've had this bag for a little over a year now, I think about 13 months. I've taken this thing on about 10 different trips across Europe, so about 11 to 12 different European countries around. The longest I've lived out of this bag was for 8, technically 9 days. And with it only being 27 liters, a lot of people are going to think that's too little, that they would rather have one of the Osprey bags where it's 45 or 60 liters. I pack relatively minimal. I'm fine with re-wearing as long as they're not soaking wet or super sweaty and dirty. I'm fine with re-wearing shorts or maybe a shirt. Now, that brings us to the interior of this bag. And this is another reason why I love this bag. You can just see how much it opens up. Now, with that being said, it is still gray, so it still provides some amount of contrast against other items, especially if, like me, I have red packing cubes, so you can see everything in there and everything's contrasted against each other. On the inside, there are six pockets. There is the laptop pocket that leads directly to that zipper that you can see right there. It has this document or tablet pocket. This entire thing is floating with space in between the bottom and the actual bottom of the pocket and the actual bottom of the bag. So it is floating, which is good for extra security and protection from the ground for your computers and documents, tablets, whatnot. Now, those are two of the pockets. Now you can see both sides are going to be exactly the same. It has these two, Mr. Wrench quotes them as dump pockets that run along the length of the zipper. And these will just basically fit anything. These are really good for fitting energy drinks or cans of anything. They're just pockets that are made, they're a cylindrical shaped pocket. In this pocket, I do just have the waist belt that I just kind of kept in here or else I would lose it. So that just sits in there. I think I can fit 3 soda drink cans or 1.5 to 2 energy drink cans. For work, you gotta stock up. And with that, it brings us to the final two interior pockets. And it's these two mesh pockets. It's the same style of pocket, as you can see, from this top pocket down. So they're just mesh. I normally just keep a roll of electrical tape and a length, I think it's about 15 feet of 550 cord. I just keep that in there along with a lighter, just in case for one reason or another. Obviously, I'm flying, that lighter is coming out for safety reasons and whatnot. And if I'm rather going to work or if I'm traveling, whatever I carry in here on a day-to-day basis will change. For traveling, I carry more of, I use this pocket for my tech, so I'll have a wire block, a cable block, and cables and chargers and a portable battery in here until I need the portable battery, and then it goes in my alpaca. And everything else, I just have packing cubes. So with this being just a giant open hole, pause, I use packing cubes. Okay, now that I've gone over the outside, the top, and the inside of the bag, as well as what I like about the bag, let me go over some things that I think I would fix if I could. So I really wish they made the same version of this bag, but without Molly. I'm aware the Cooley, I believe that's how you pronounce it, 30-liter version exists, which is still the tri-zip design, but it has exterior pockets on top, the water bottle pockets, and it just seems more of a hiking bag. But one thing with that is that it has a waist belt that isn't removable. It's not really a big thing, but that was kind of one of the things that I didn't really like about it. I didn't really want to have a super hiking, outdoorsy looking bag. I wanted something that is both urban, but can also be used outdoors. Kind of like a gray man, tactically, ruggedly urban bag. And I really wish they made something of this same shape and size that just didn't have Molly on it. I like having Molly because I like being able to attach the patch panels to it, but I wouldn't be complaining. I'd probably actually pick it over if they did make one if of this exact same bag, but without Molly. And the only other thing after a year of owning this that I haven't really liked about it is just how much extra strap there is to everything. And I'm not a short guy. I'm 5'9.5" on Sundays. So I'm not short, but I'm also not a giant. I'm kind of right in the middle to where the excess straps become annoying. And that's why I have them bundled up here at the bottom. But I really wish that there's some way to deal with the extra straps. But after 13 years of owning it, that's pretty much it. It's been a pretty perfect bag, and I haven't really had any complaints. So that pretty much does it for the Mystery Ranch 2-day assault pack. Again, it goes for $229 on the Mystery Ranch website. It comes in four different colors, I believe: black, green, tan, and a wildfire, where it has the zippers and the aqua guard be bright orange. And it's a simple bag. I've enjoyed this thing a lot. I wouldn't trade it for anything. If you know bags, you know Mystery Ranch, and Mystery Ranch will last for a very long time. So that is my review on the Mystery Ranch 2-day assault pack. My name is no one particular. Thanks for watching.